Hi students, welcome to MCQ discussion session. These multiple choice questions will help you to study NCERT thoroughly for Neet examination. Which of the following statements regarding safe for plants are true? Four statements are given and fifth one is all statements are correct. Let's see the first statement. The initial carboxylation reaction occurs in mesophil. The statement is true. That is catalyzed by PEP carboxylase enzyme. Second one, Calvin cycle does not take place in mesophil but do so in bundle sheath cells. Yes, Rubisco enzyme is present in bundle sheath. Third one, the leaves that fix CO2 have two cell types, mesophil and bundle sheath. Mesophil lacks Rubisco enzyme. Yes, it is present inside bundle sheath cells. Mesophil has PEP carboxylase enzyme. So all the statements are correct. That is the right option. If a germ cell with a 2n number of chromosome divides, the chromosome number during the following stages would be A. Prophase 1, B. Telophase 1, C. Prophase 2. So throughout meiosis 1, it remains as 2n diploid. Then telophase 1 will be immediately followed by cytokinesis and forms two daughter cells, each with n number of chromosome. So A and B 2n only, but C n. So 2n, 2n, n. That is the right option. So fourth option is the right answer here. In bacteria or prokaryote, a cellular component that resembles eukaryotic cells is. The only component that resembles is plasma membrane. Plasma membrane is structurally similar in both prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Ribosome, prokaryote 70 years, eukaryote 80 years. Nucleus differs. Mitochondria is not there in prokaryote. Cell wall also differs. C3 plants respond to increased carbon dioxide concentration and saturation is seen beyond. In C3 plants, that saturation point is 450 ml per liter. That is 450 ml carbon dioxide in 1 liter air. In C4 plants, it is 360 ml per liter only. So when we increase the concentration of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, C3 plants are benefited more. The main biosynthetic pathway in maize or sorghum is. Biosynthetic pathway means the pathway which yields glucose. So the main biosynthetic pathway in all plants is C3 pathway, that is Calvin cycle. So in C3 plants, C4 plants and CAM plants, C3 cycle is the pathway which yields glucose. Endoplasmic reticulum helps in transport of substances, synthesis of protein, lipoprotein, glycogen. The right option is all of this. That is the fourth option. This point is given in page number 140. That is in the summary of the chapter. The most abundant chemical in living organisms is, that is, water only. Collagen, most abundant protein in animals. Rubisco, most abundant protein in plants and in the whole of biosphere. The three chemically distinct components of a nucleotide are heterocyclic compound, that is nitrogenous base, monosaccharide compound, that is ribose or deoxyribose, ribose in RNA, deoxyribose in DNA, then phosphoric acids. So the right option is 1, 2, 3. 4 is not there, disaccharide is not there, only monosaccharide is present. Statements. P. When the two photosystems work in progress, first PS1 and then PS2, a process called non-cyclic photophosphorylation takes place. Q. In stroma, enzymatic reactions incorporate carbon dioxide into the plant, leading to the synthesis of sugar. R. Cyclic photophosphorylation result into synthesis of ATP and NADPH. Yes, oxygen is one of the net product of photosynthesis. So the two correct statements are Q and S. P, mistake. It is given as first PS1. That is wrong. First PS2, then PS1. Then mistake in R. Cyclic produces ATP only, not NADPH. So Q and S are correct. P and R are wrong. Examine the figures and select the right option. Here, various figures given are first one Salaginella, then Equisetum, then Salvinia, and Ginkgo. Here the right option is B. That is 1 and 4 are correct. Let's say the first combination. Sporophyll may form cones applicable for Salaginella. A. Sporophyll may form distinct compact structures. That is cone applicable for B. That is Equisetum. C. The female gametophyte are retained on the parent sporophyte. Applicable for Salvinia. Event which is considered as a precursor to seed habit. D. Taproot system is seen. Applicable for Ginkgo. Then in the fourth combination, the development of zygote into young embryos takes place within the female gametophyte. Applicable for Salaginella. Then commonly known as horse tail. Applicable for Equisetum. Shows heterospory. Applicable for Salvinia. Shows heterospory. Applicable for Ginkgo. All gymnosperms are heterosporous. So first combination and fourth combination correctly describes the features of the plants which is correctly characterized. Here lecithin, a phosphorylated glyceride found in cell membrane. Most common phospholipid found in cell membrane. That is correct. That is the only one which is correctly described or characterized. 2. Palmitic acid. Actually it is saturated fatty acid which has 16 carbon atoms. That is wrong. Third one, adenylate acid. It's a nucleotide. That is adenosine plus phosphoric acid. So glucose is not there. So that is wrong. Fourth one, alanine amino acid. Contains amino group, correct. Hydroxymethyl group is not there. Only methyl group. So the right option is option D. One only. Which one of the following sets of items are correctly categorized with the odd one in it? Category 1. Sweet pea, Petunia, Gloriosa. Category ornamentals. Odd one sweet pea. Here actually all are ornamentals. So the combination is not correct. Sweet pea is not an odd one. Then aloe, ashwagandha, muliatti. Source of medicine. That is the category. Muliatti is also a source of medicine. It's not an odd one. Third category, brinjal, tobacco, tulip. Valvate estivation. Tulip also shows valvate estivation only. So it is not an odd one here. Trifolium, tomato, asparagus, extripolate leaf. Odd one, trifolium. Yes, tomato and asparagus extripolate, but trifolium stipulate. So the odd one is trifolium. So the right option is option 4 only, fourth combination only. So the last option, E option is the right answer here. Statements. First one. Organic chemists always write a two-dimensional view of the molecules while representing the structure of naphthalene. Ncert sentence while discussing the structure of protein. Second one. Mosses have an elaborate mechanism of spore dispersion compared to liverworts. Third one, in all trees, greater part of secondary xylem is dark brown due to deposition of organic compounds in innermost layers of the stem. True statement. In winter, cambium is less active and the wood formed is called autumn wood. True statement. Fifth one, dietary proteins are the source of essential amino acid. That is also true. So all the 5 statements are right. Analyze the figure P and Q and consider the following statements. Statement 1. The molecule which is depicted in the figure P is found in plasma membrane of animal cell. Statement 2. Molecule which is depicted in the figure Q can be found in plasma membrane. Third one. RER is the site of synthesis of molecules depicted in the figures P and Q. So here the right answer is 1 and 2 are correct, but 3 is wrong. Lecithin is found in cell membrane. And second one, cholesterol. Cholesterol can be found in the cell membrane of animal cell. Third one is wrong. RER is meant for synthesis of protein only. Statements. First one, phosphorus is a constituent of cell membrane, certain nucleic acids and all proteins. Second one, nitrosomonas and nitrobacter are chemoautotrophs. Third one, the deficiency symptoms tend to appear first in young tissues whenever the elements are relatively immobile. Fourth one, any mineral ion concentration in tissues that reduces the dry weight of tissues by about 10% is considered toxic. Fifth one, mineral salts are translocated through xylem along with the ascending stream of water. So how many of these statements are right? Here, all except one are correct. Let's see what is the mistake in the first statement. Phosphorus is a constituent of cell membrane. Certain nucleic acid, that is the mistake. Actually, the right statement, the correct statement is certain protein and all nucleic acids. So, among the 5, 4 are right. The stages in the development of root nodule is given in the diagram. Here the correct sequence is 4, 2, 3, 1. That is the correct sequence in the development of root nodule in soybean. Select the option which correctly fills up the blanks. Here the right answer is option B. That is in the second statement, 1 and 2 are correctly given. That is, manganese inhibit calcium translocation in shoot apex. So that is the answer. Now let us see the other two statements also. The first statement actually, it is manganese competes with iron and magnesium for uptake. And third statement, manganese competes with magnesium for binding with the enzymes. So that is, manganese toxicity is discussed in these three statements. Identify the correct statement. Here the right option is option D, that is the fourth option. Only certain prokaryotic species are capable of fixing nitrogen. That is, those prokaryotic species which are able to produce the enzyme nitrogenase can fix nitrogen. The practice of taking care and breeding domestic animals by applying scientific principles is called animal husbandry. 3 different breeds of cattle are given: breed A, breed B and breed C. Now let us see the statements. Statement 1, P. Cross 1 and cross 2 can be outcrossing. Cross 1, superior female of A and superior male of B are mated. It is not outcrossing. Outcrossing between unrelated animals of the same breed. So that is wrong. Then 2 also, superior female of A with the superior female of C. That is also not an example for outcrossing. So statement P is wrong. Statement Q. Cross 3 and 4 can be outcrossing. Cross 3, superior female of A with the male of A. It can be outcrossing. Statement is true. Fourth case, superior female of B with the superior male of B are mated. It can also be outcrossing. Then statement R. Cross 1 and 2 can be outbreeding. Yes, it takes place between different breeds A and B and A and C. Statement S. Cross 1 is outcrossing. It is wrong. And cross 4 is crossbreeding. That is also wrong. So 2 statements are correct. That is statement Q and statement R. If we were to list the traits or characters that the breeders have tried to incorporate into crop plants, that is during plant breeding, the first we would list would be, right option is option A, increased crop yield and improved quality. Then other characters, option B and option C. will also be there in our list. So the first one is increased crop yield and improved quality. So the right option is option A. So the better option is option A. Classical plant breeding involves crossing or hybridization of pure lines followed by artificial selection to produce plants with desirable traits of higher yield, nutrition and resistance to diseases. The cis and trans phases are the two phases of Golgi apparatus are entirely different but are interconnected. So fourth option is the right answer here. One phase is, that is cis phase is forming phase or convex, and the trans phase is maturing phase or concave phase. Match the following is given. Here we have to match the items in group 1 with the features in group 2 and group 3. So in the options, all the three, group 1, group 2, group 3 must be correctly matched. Group 1, if we select Cara, green algae, group 2 starch can be selected. Group 3, chlorophyll A and B can be selected. So the right match is like this, P, 2, 2. Select Dictyota from group 1. From group 2 we can select mannitol. From group 3 we can select fucoxanthin. So Dictyota Q11 is right. Then from group 2 laminarin can also be selected. So Dictyota laminarin fucoxanthin, correct. Then Dictyota laminarin chlorophyll A and C, that is also correct. Then Dictyota mannitol chlorophyll A and C, that is also correct. Porphyra, a red algae. So from second column, group 2 we can select Floridian starch. From group 3 we can select either chlorophyll A and D or phycoerythrin. Then Ectocarpus, again brown algae. From group 2 either we can select mannitol or laminarin. From group 3 either fucoxanthin or chlorophyll A and C can be selected. Structures from inside to outside of a leaf blade. The correct option here is option A, vascular bundle, then mesophyll and then epidermis. Epidermis is the outermost layer. Identify the correct statement. Statement 1. Anthridiophore and archegoniophore are present in pteridophytes. Statement is wrong. These two are present in Mertensia. And Antheridium and Archegonium are the sex organs that is present in both bryophytes and pteridophytes. Second option, origin of seed habit can be traced in pteridophytes. Yes, that is in heterosporous pteridophytes. Third statement, pteridophyte gametophyte has protonymal and a leafy stage. That is wrong. This is applicable for mosses of bryophytes. Last statement, in gymnosperms, female gametophyte is free living. In gymnosperms and angiosperms, gametophyte do not have independent existence, highly reduced, dependent on sporophyte. And E, Selaginella is a heterosporous fern. Selaginella is a heterosporous pteridophyte, not a fern. Here, the two labeled flowers are perigynous. Both are perigynous. Now let us see the statement. Flower labeled as A is found in brinjal. It is wrong. Flower labeled as B is found in peach. Is correct. Flower labeled as A is found in plum. That is also correct. Rose, plum, peach are examples for perigynous flower. Half inferior or half superior ovary. Then in brinjal, China rose, mustard, brinjal. Examples for hypogynous flowers. Question based on the diagram. The diagram shown here is a red algae, that is Polysiphonia. Now let us see the statements. The organism depicted in the figure reproduces sexually by non-motile gamete. It is true, red algae has non-motile gametes. Second one, the stored food in the organism depicted in the figure is structurally similar to one of the subunit of starch. That is also true. Stored food in red algae is Floridian starch, which is structurally similar to amylopectin, a subunit of starch. Third statement, the organism depicted in the figure reproduces vegetatively through zoospore. That is wrong because zoospores are motile. Red algae reproduces asexually through aplanospores, non-motile spores. So A, B are true, C is wrong. Diagram based question again. Statement A, the organism depicted in the figure shows alternation of generation. Funaria, that is a bryophyte, shows alternation of generation, gametophyte and sporophyte. Second statement, dominant phase in the life cycle of the organism depicted in the figure consists of two stages. Yes, Funaria is a moss. The dominant stage is gametophyte, which consists of protonema and leafy stage. Third statement, the sporophyte of the organism depicted in the figure is least developed than that in liverworts. That is wrong. It is more elaborate. So, statement C is wrong. So, A and B are correct, but C is wrong. Choose the correct description of a mechanism and its result. Among the 5 options, the right option is option A. Primary and secondary growths are required to produce woody plants. Here, primary growth is responsible for growth in length and secondary growth is responsible for growth in girth. So, both are required to produce woody plants. So, to produce wood, only secondary growth is required. So, the right option is option A.